Greetings YouTube, Skill Incarnate back with something a little bit different this time. We're looking at a AAA game, or at least what I consider to be a AAA game, called the Blackout Club by the developer Question. I'm not going to tell you too much about the game because it's best experienced firsthand. We're going to be playing the prologue, which is the first part of the game, a tutorial and an introduction, and it's actually a very, very good introduction to the game. Let's have a bit of a look.
Okay, recording, I think. Hi, out there, it's Bells. Isabella. If you've done your homework, you probably know I live in the radio quiet zone. We have no cell signal here, no internet, nothing. So no one knows what's happening to us. At night, our town, it changes. We, wake up in the woods or on train tracks. No idea how we got there. If you tell an adult, they just laugh it off, and most folks my age are, well, they're cowards. But, so last night, I set up a hidden camera, and I finally got proof. Stuff the world needs to see. The video's all on this thumb drive, and tomorrow I'm gonna take Mom's car and sneak it far enough out of town to finally get online. To reach you. When you see this, come to Red Acre. Help us. Please. Thank you.
We begin the game as a young girl in a typical American town, but things aren't so idyllic here. There are some very strange things happening. We're going to find out a little bit more.
Grounded. Sorry, I can't talk on the phone.
Isabella, it's us. We called to tell you.
She talks to us, huh?
We called to tell you we're going to be home late.
Why should I care? I'm in jail. Time is meaningless.
And whose fault is that?
It wasn't trespassing. Mom works up there. Despite the fact that they're obvious aliens.
Oh yes, and my alien masters are telling me to order another drink. Waiter!
You're lucky she didn't get fired for what you did.
What?
Just go to...
You guys are breaking up.
Breaking up? That's... Your mother and I are fine.
Yeah, you're the only one.
But not for long. You're about to meet someone as special as you are.
Just close your eyes, and you'll see.
Sure. Just drink up, come home, and hide the car keys in the same place as always.
So, you're about to meet someone special. Just go to sleep is not something I ever want to hear from my parents or anyone else. But on a more serious note, we're trying to prepare for our parents to return so we can get out of town and hopefully contact the authorities, get a little bit of help. One of the things I noted about this game is very cool is that all of the little bits and pieces you find inside houses work. Toilets flush, you can turn sinks on and off, you can interact with electrical appliances. All of the houses are really nicely done and have a lived-in feel. Just a small thing, but we're about to have a look at one of our first references to a horror movie. If anyone has seen the movie They Live, this will look very familiar. In They Live, the main protagonist was assaulted by subliminal messages when he could be the only person that's seeing them. Everyone else was walking around like sheep. And we seem to be one of the only people that can see these things. Now this is a very interesting mechanic in the game, being able to open and close your eyes. There are certain things you can see only with your eyes open, the more mundane threats. But some of the more supernatural entities, case in point there, you can only see with your eyes closed. Running around with your eyes closed, of course, can present all sorts of problems, so it's a little bit of a balancing act. As you can see, there's a shadow, someone standing outside. And that guy there is going to return in a little bit. Your mind is not your own, stolen in your sleep.
Is it a dance or a kind of sign?
So that's a very good way to introduce a tutorial. We have to look at the photos of our family. They tore out so much, too much to mend.
It's made of sound. God, it kills.
Now, a lot of these mechanics, if you've played any stealth game, they're not going to be new, but this game does have a twist on the standard stealth mechanics. So you will need to
Remember running.
learn a few new tricks.
Door and a name. Speak as one. What? No, they'd never push anyone on me. What is this?
So apparently we have been promised to someone. Our parents have set up some sort of arranged marriage for us, which is a bit odd because this girl seems to be between the ages of 12 and 14, roughly. Here's another classic horror reference. This reminds me of the movie It. And we have a unity tree here. This is very, very creepy. Pictures of us with someone we've never seen before. We're now about to move to the next part of the game, and things are going to get a lot more rough from here.
Okay. It's still.
Alright, we seem to have blacked out.
Closet, bathroom, something with a door.
Bugger that, I'm getting out of here. Now we're supposed to try and hide from the shape. A monstrous entity that can see us. But he's going to come try and take us out. So we're going to try and sneak past him. Spoiler, trying to hide from this guy is not a good idea. You're often better trying to just get as far away from him as you can. Time to cheese it. He's seen us. Or at least he's after us now. Oh, bloody hell. This is the scary part of the game. He's right behind us. You can see the visual cue. That red. Yeah, he's still coming. Let's get out of here before he decides to have a look down here.
I think it's. Is it gone?
They are messing with your mind, making your eyes lie to you. Close them to see our trail. One of the things I love about this game is that it just makes me constantly on edge. The shape is this supernatural entity that cannot be stopped. You can't hurt it. You can't even slow it down. All you can do is run.
What?
And
This is my house? They're recording me.
as I was saying, yeah, it's a very deadly enemy that can take you out as soon as he gets close. And there's nothing you can do. You can see here that we've got some sort of scale model of our house underneath. This is something that has been in the works for a long time. Someone's been monitoring us and planning something. We don't know what it is, but it definitely doesn't sound like it's anything good. Now you'll notice there are a lot of stealth mechanics lifted from the game Thief. Anyone who's played Thief the Dark Project or any of the Thief games,
We need to talk.
there
I'm
are...
guessing that super fun, not at all traumatizing blackout dream means you're still here, listening, and you need me to think aloud, right? I hope whispering counts. Here goes. First, thanks for the warning. I'm guessing you saw him coming. You seem to know a lot that I don't. How far down does this go?
Now she keeps interrupting me, but I was trying to say before was that this game takes a lot of cues from Thief the Dark Project. It definitely feels very similar. The visual indicator of how obviously visible you are to enemies at the bottom. The fact that walking on different surfaces produces different levels of sound, and imitation is often the best form of flattery. I think that they've integrated these stealth mechanics very well. And stealth in this game is very good. Like if
Sleeper, right? So it's blind, but it can probably hear me right now.
if you can if you can master the stealth in this game, then 90% of the time you don't have to worry about most of the enemies. And that's why the enemies like the shape make this so interesting, because if you're trying to sneak past and the shape sees you, no amount of stealth can help you out. You just have to run and hope that you don't run into something else.
Am I, like, possessed? I know when I black out, you suddenly take the wheel. So why do you need me at all right now? Is possession on a spectrum?
Now, I don't know if this was intentional, but this area reminds me of the scene from The Thing, where the alien spacecraft was located. You need the card to access this. Follow the trail. But yeah, I'm not too proud to admit this game just creeps the hell out of me. The first time I played it, I immediately knew this would be a great candidate for a future episode. I'd love to play this game co-op with some friends, but unfortunately, this game in terms of price is a little pricey. But given the fact that this is the most unique game I've ever played, I could say that I would probably go and buy this, even though I was lucky enough to get a copy. I'd still go out and pay for this. This is a very different game. It's probably one of the most interesting games I've played this year. So I'm going to try and jump on this guy. Have a sleep, buddy. After you push the enemy to the ground, hold to keep them pinned. Okay. So we got to get out of here.
I'm sure I can climb something. Dad still calls me Spider Monkey.
So we get to do a little bit of parkour. For a young girl, she's quite limbo. She can do some really nice feats of acrobatics. Now, I play a lot of these horror games, and it takes a lot to freak me out. But this game's one of those few games that just that seems to be able to do it.
We use this stuff. Soft landings, quiet your steps.
There we go.
I think it even comes up machines.
So that was looks like some lubricant or silly string foam of some sort, and it helps us to, one, soften our landings from a fall like that, and two, it allows us to stop things like cameras. We can spray it on the cameras, gum up machines. Very useful item. Now, you can only carry a few items in your inventory, so you do have to be very careful about what you select. The other item we've got here is a tranquilizer dart. We're going to try and use it on this guy here. Thankfully, he's busy welding, so he's not going to hear me approaching, even though we're on a loud surface. Ooh. So that was another example of a non-lethal takedown that was probably lethal, that we stuck a dart through the side of his head. Okay, so, oops. Beautiful. So you record everything with your handy-dandy mobile phone, which is a really, really cool way to handle codes. You don't have to remember them. Whoops. No pressure, but I have to get this open before that guy wakes up. Now we can hear there's some more of these guys in the next room. Now, the enemies in the game are mainly comprised of sleepers, and sleepers are people that are asleep but have no knowledge of their actions. They're completely blind, but they can hear a pin drop, so you need to be very quiet around these guys. I'm going to try and sneak past this guy. as long as I stay on soft surfaces like this carpet here, he's not going to hear me. You keep going on your way, buddy. This guy on the other hand is a lucid dreamer, and they can see. So try and sneak through here. So they're doing some sort of musical ceremony here, trying to summon some sort of eldritch abomination, some Lovecraftian horror. Now, in terms of how far I played through this game, I played this scenario, and I also played a few multiplayer matches of the game. This game is mainly geared towards co-op, so if you are considering playing this game, be aware that playing it single player is a fair bit more difficult than co-op. But I don't mind that, because a game like this is best experienced in co-op. I understand why they did it. Unfortunately, I only have the one key for this game. Otherwise, I would be doing a co-op series. But if Question do feel generous enough to gift me with some extra keys, I'm certainly happy to do some multiplayer episodes of this game, because I think that's where this really shines. But hopefully, this should give you a bit of an idea whether this is something you want to try with your friends. Hint, it is. It probably is something you want to play. It reminds me of a completely stealth-based version of Left 4 Dead. If someone wanted to make Left 4 Dead except with supernatural entities instead of zombies, and they took out most of the combat mechanics and made you rely on stealth, that's pretty much what this game is. With a healthy dose of horror references, of course. This game's creepy. I'll admit this. I spent so much time wandering around here. I crawled the whole way, searching, looking in every shadow, waiting for the shape to come running out and try and take me out. There's so many dangerous enemies in this game, and they come in so many forms that you never truly feel safe. You're always wondering where the next threat's going to be coming from. So if you've got a heart condition, if you soil yourself easily, then maybe give this one a miss. Okay, there is no easy way to do this. We have to drop down into the sand, and hopefully that will make a small amount of noise, not enough for them to notice us. Geronimo, wait till him to go. Ouch.
I can move it. Okay.
That hurt.
I'm gonna have to stop the bleeding.
Oh, damn it. He got me. Bloody hell. Brown pants time. Now, the last time I managed to pull it off, I kicked the door in and then I managed to turn around fast enough and get away, but as you can see, it didn't quite work. So, there we go. Cop this. Get out of here, run! Cheese it. I'm pretty badly wrecked. I don't think they can follow me up ladders. I've never stuck around long enough to find out. No, they can't. Okay. So I've got to patch myself up. That was quite a fall.
That's better. Okay.
There we go. Running with the flashlight too will cause the light to go out.
That's wrong. It's not a maze. It's an instrument.
So as you can see, they've got some sort of cult, some sort of religious group there that are performing ceremonies to summon something. This is probably a terrible idea. You're going to need a disguise.
How am I gonna see? You know what? Don't tell me.
Okay, so we need a disguise. Let's go sort that out now. Now, I played this before, as I've said, and this is still as creepy playing it the second time.
Oh god. Okay, here we go.
This is a
Sleepwalker coming through.
this is a really good example of a unique game that has got a really clever implementation of some great ideas. I didn't hear much about this game. It kind of flew under the radar for me, and I was surprised when the developer reached out because this game is very popular. You're probably not going to rely on my opinion to go and get this game, but for what it's worth, I think it is worth getting. Alright, so we've got to go and try and get past these guys, hopefully, if we can. Guess not.
Don't struggle. Don't run. It's better if you move.
Oh, here comes a shape. Get off me. Time to cheese it. I'm out of here. Nah, fam, I'm not getting wrecked by this thing. It's right behind me. Come on, get up there. I know you're tired, but we gotta get out of here. It's right behind us. Oh, damn, son. Barely made it. That gets the old heart racing. Even I knew it was coming, and it's still scary.
What was that thing? May sent it. Maybe because I got him on video.
If you're ever backed up and you're having trouble with bowel movements, play this game. You won't have that problem for long. And in the multiplayer, the shape can turn up at any point. These are scripted events, but you imagine trying to do some mission objectives and it just kicks down a door and just tries to take you out. And without your friends there, even with your friends there, it can take out a whole group of people. Alright, we have to get out of here now, so we're going to use this grappling hook. There we go. Time to get out of here. So, they're waiting for us at the hideout. We've made it to freedom.
That's the hideout. Dax.
We've made it. Well, maybe not. Best fake out ever. So close to victory.
Whatever Bells reported was lost when it took her. When they took her. And even if she's still alive...
She is alive, and when we find her, she'll be so touched by your black armband, Gwen.
I'm saying she'd want us to get proof of our own. Video evidence. Bells acted alone because we were too scared. This time, we do it together. They can't make us all disappear. Dax, I want to find her too. But unless we do more, like expose these guys, it'll just... This town hates people without making a sound. Our shitty friendship is all we have. Speaking of... Hey, you!
Huh?
You get the blackouts too, right? Well, that means you're in. Even though we supposedly investigate monsters and you eat like one. So, while we get more snacks, you pick a mission. That way, if we all die tonight, we'll blame you. Have fun.
Don't worry. We'll be back soon.
Alright, and that was the first part of the Blackout Club. Should you get this? Well, it's a resounding yes from me. I would love to play more of this game multiplayer, and if I get the opportunity, I will. But this is a very, very different game. It's one of the most unique games I've played this year. I've enjoyed it immensely. I would love to play it multiplayer. I haven't found a group yet, or a server that has been stable enough for me to do some more recordings. But if I do find one, I definitely will have some more content on this. Go and check it out, guys. It's a fantastic game. If you like your games different and unique, then this is a really good game for you to play, especially if you've got a few friends. That was it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you will join me when we have a look at another indie game. Until next time, Skill Incarnate out.